Everyone, very nice to see you again. Okay, I'm gonna start this video by saying that my position in Grab, okay, is the single largest loss leading position in my portfolio. Okay, unfortunately, okay, everybody makes mistakes. I have made some very bad mistakes with Grab, and I have Grab at $15, $10, and subsequently $3. So Grab continues to lead my portfolio down. Okay, unfortunately, even with the recent earnings call, little bit of momentum there. Okay, I think we're seeing levels rebound from 2 to maybe up to 4, but we're not seeing go back to anywhere near 10. Okay, now there are a few fundamental problems with Grab. Okay, but at the same time, myself, okay, I am a Grab bull. Okay, I firmly believe that we are in this age of P2P, okay, peer-to-peer, where sharing is a norm. Okay, let's take for example like Airbnb, right? You share a house, okay, same thing, Grab, you share a car, and it is this age where this idea of P2P, I believe, okay, is the adoption rates are getting higher and higher, and in addition to that, as more people use these P2P services, we are looking at more disruption happening. When disruption happens, costs are brought lower. Okay, and as a result, there's more potential for companies like Grab to do better in the near future. Okay, but before I go into like kind of the big idea things, okay, let's take a look at their recent earnings call. Okay, and how is it? I think it's great, but unfortunately, investors don't think so. So it wasn't like Palantir where there was like a 10-20% pop. The stock kind of laid like relatively flat. Okay, but just some numbers in summary. Okay, at the very onset, okay, revenue was up almost 300%. Okay, to 502 million in this quarter from 122 million in the previous quarter. Okay, at the same time, management quotes that they are currently at 74% of pre-pandemic levels. 74% of pre-pandemic levels, meaning to say that there's more room for upside in the days ahead. Overall, I would say that the best thing, okay, is that they brought their so-called PE profit day forward. Okay, so previously, Anthony mentioned that they wanted to achieve break even, or rather achieve a profitable, quarter, in 2024, the second half. But now they brought it forward to 2023, the fourth quarter. Okay, so they are bringing their little, profit day closer and closer. I think that the day that Grab achieves profitability is a day that we should all look forward to. As I said, there's still a lot of controversy behind this company. Okay, but as with all things, okay, the day a company reaches, this so-called achieves a PE ratio is the day when new investors can start pouring in. It's the day where people start to take a company more seriously. Okay, now if you look at other things, okay, now Grab has a few problems. Okay, I'll be very honest. Okay, first of all, one of the biggest problems with this company, okay, is that unfortunately, okay, at this very day, given current sentiment, in my opinion, people don't like the company. Okay, people don't like it. Okay, there was a time when Grab was giving like you book my ride, you get $4. Okay, now you open your app, you go inside the little voucher section, what do you get? You get I was gonna say something. Okay, you get nothing. Okay, last time you can get every week $3, every week $4. Nowadays you get nothing. Okay, so people were like, hey, why Grab like that? Now not giving me anything I don't want to use anymore. Correct? At the same time, you have a group of people that like, hey, I love Grab. It's so good. It's so great. Whether incentive or not, I'm going to continue using the platform. Correct? And as you can see, as over the years, Grab has certainly trimmed back on a lot of their incentives. Okay, if you look at the Grab Rewards program, I'm a platinum member. Okay, I'm quite addicted. But last time, one ride could get me like X amount of points. Now what does one usage give me? Some silly QR code that gives me 3 points on a single purchase. Correct? It's a joke. Okay, but it's a great news for investors. They're giving out less, they're earning more, so-called earning more in this post-pandemic world. It's great news. Okay, but moving forward, as I said, people don't like Grab. They don't like Grab because they feel that if they're giving out less, the surges are like, nowadays what is it? It's like a forever surge, right? You open your Grab, like last time, I don't know, from my place in Serangoon to my uni in Tampines, it was like $16. Now it's like 20, 22, and it's forever that way. So of course, Grab will blame it on the algorithm, right? They'll say that, we have no drivers or lack of drivers, so we can have this forever surge. But who really knows the truth, right? Okay, and secondly, why people don't like Grab? Grab is a monopoly. Okay, it's not a monopoly now, it will be in the future. Okay, it is proven that Grab has I would say controlling market share, okay, in most of the major markets, and even here in Singapore. If you want to take this kind of ride share, do you say I'm gonna Grab there, or do you say like, I don't know, I'm gonna ride there, I'm gonna Tada there, I'm going to Gojek there, I'm going to, I don't know, there's a new one recently. Okay, no one says that. Everyone says I'm gonna Grab there. Okay, so it's very clear that they are out to kill the competition, And as we know, in Singapore, monopolies cannot function, correct? Government doesn't allow monopoly. Cannot, like Grab and Uber, right? They bought over Uber while government whacked them. Okay, they cannot have a monopoly. But let's face it, okay, I don't have statistics or evidence to prove this, but I'm very sure that all the other Gojek, Tada, blah 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 blah, okay, they're all being handheld. Okay, by who I cannot say, okay, but on their own, they cannot survive. Okay, and this is a very, very serious problem here in Singapore, because the day that Grab achieves its monopoly, okay, wow, yippee-ki-yay for investors, okay, but for the average consumer, not only are you going to get a forever search, you're going to get a forever search on the forever search. Okay, so good luck to all of us. Alright, if you look at things, let's say from a fundamental perspective, okay, there are problems with Grab's valuation. Okay, based on what I see here, if we look at the forward sales, okay, let's see, overall, at the onset, okay, Grab's valuation is definitely higher than those of C Limited and Uber. Okay, although we can say that there's potential upside in Grab's business model, okay, but if we look at numbers specifically, the peer average, okay, in terms of enterprise value in 2023, okay, is 2.2. Okay, so C Limited is trading at 2.4, Uber trading at 2.1, but Grab is trading at 4.7. Okay, so we cannot say that Grab is expensive because it doesn't have a PE ratio yet, but based on so-called the book enterprise value, Grab is trading at double, okay, as that of its competitors. So this could be one reason why we are seeing the stock kind of float at this $3 level, okay, but really, I mean, there's a few arguments for this, correct? First of all, they have a very strong balance sheet, correct? They have 6 billion in cash. And that's like 60% of its market cap. So it's really tricky, and it really depends on which side of the fence you are on, whether you want to justify its valuation or not. But in my opinion, okay, given that the stock has already dropped by like what, 80% from its all-time high, I think it's fair, okay, to have a little bit of it at this level. Okay, I myself, I'm buying a little bit, especially at these 2-3 levels. I think it's cheap. You know, I'm sure you all remember last time there was this $1 Grab valuation article. Wow, if that really happens, we're doomed. Okay, but it's really tricky. But in my opinion, you know, it is a good opportunity to kind of nibble on a little bit of the stock as we go along. But if there's one thing that I want to actually emphasize a little bit more, okay, is how the profitability of the company. Okay, you know, remember I said in the start of the video they brought it back, they brought it forward from 2H 2024 to 4Q 2023. Now, they want to achieve this in 3 ways. And these 3 ways will affect us as the average consumer. Okay, number 1, job cuts. Okay, they are quite obvious, like everybody's cutting jobs, so no big deal. Okay, number 2, they want to cut on cloud. Okay, so they are tech, okay, whatever, they cut down on it. They want to cut down on investments, blah, blah, blah. But there's one more thing that they want to cut that's going to hurt all of us. Okay, and they say that we will continue to cut incentives and look at areas of discretionary spending. Now, cut incentives. Okay, what is left for us as the average customer? Let's see. You have Grab points, you have the Grab rewards, you have the Grab challenges. That's about it. Okay, but now, if you look at your Grab rewards, okay, very, very tricky, this one. Grab rewards are not entirely borne by Grab. Okay, I know because I tried to onboard my company on Grab rewards, okay, and they said that I have to pay for it. Okay, so Grab Rewards is partly merchant sponsored and partly platform sponsored. In the days ahead, we can assume that platform sponsored rewards are going to be less and less, whereas merchant sponsored rewards, they're going to depend more on it lah. So there'll be less rewards in future. Okay, right now if you're enjoying your tea time free delivery, wait, is this still happening? I'm not so sure. I never ordered Grab in tea time. But if it is, it's probably going to be gone in future. Okay, and lastly, your Grab Unlimited. Last time when Grab Unlimited first started, 99 cents for 1 month. Wow, that is now a thing of the past. Okay, as Grab Unlimited becomes more limited, okay, you're going to get less and less. Okay, so as the average consumer, if you're not addicted to the app, you may want to find other alternatives. That is if there's even any alternatives, given that I believe Grab will one day be a monopoly. Okay, so very, very tricky. Okay, but overall, if you ask me as an investor, okay, I'm very bullish on Grab. I think that in this post-pandemic world, okay, everything is theirs for the taking. Okay, people need to move around. People need to move around more than ever. Okay, the other day, okay, just to sidetrack a little bit, I was having a conversation with my dad. He feels that companies like Grab kill the taxi companies, kills the taxi drivers. Now, I love taxi drivers. I got nothing against them. I love taxi drivers, but what I hate is those taxi companies that have been doing absolutely nothing for the past 10 years to solve the problem, and that is getting people effectively and quickly from point A to point B. okay, Grab has done that really, really well. Okay, if you're willing to pay, if you're willing to pay, you can get from point A to point B and get a ride to your doorstep in less than 5 minutes. This is something that all other taxi operators failed to do, okay, for the past 10 years, just sitting on their high horse, la-di-da-da, okay, and then Grab came along. Okay, the taxi companies deserve it, but the taxi drivers don't. Okay, so that's why I'm very happy to say that right now, if you book a Grab, sometimes from time to time, you do get a taxi driver. I think there's the Grab car thing and there's like the Grab Now thing, you know, and there's like any car in the vicinity. So it's good that Grab is trying to be more inclusive towards taxi drivers. I got nothing against them at all. Okay, but moving forward, if you ask me, okay, well, I can't say Grab is a buy because I've already bought like tons of it. Okay, but I do think that given the risk to reward, okay, that it is adequate, okay, right now to purchase at these levels, okay, a little bit in your portfolio, like what I've done with mine. Okay, but as I said before, there's a lot of risk in Grab. Okay, we still don't know a lot of things. To be honest, I don't even know what they're doing with the digital bank license. I don't see anything coming out. Okay, I know that there's Grab Invest, Grab Finance, not too bad, $2 for every transaction. But I don't know what they're doing with their digibank. Okay, it seems that there's still a lot of regulation in this digibank area. And to be honest, with the CPF thing, I've mentioned it before. The day that we must pay CPF on all self-employed couriers, I would say, like workers lah, okay, in Grab, okay, the day that they must pay CPF on everyone that works for them, like all their riders and blah blah blah, is the day that they're dead, okay, or rather like the day that very bad, the stock sure crash. Okay, but once again, as always, okay, invest carefully, okay, stick to your thesis, okay, in the next video, probably I'll look to cover probably what Buffett said in his recent letter. I really like that. Okay, but if not, thanks for listening me out and have a great day, guys.